Hi there. In this video, I'm going to go through the student guide to virtually proctored exams in Zoom. So I prefer sometimes to hear and read at the same time. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to read it word for word, but I'm going to go through this same exact document, no really different or new information. So if you prefer to read it, you can read it. If you prefer to watch it, you can watch it. Okay. But it is a lot of information. So I just want to go through that so you can then fill out the form on whether you want to take your exams virtually, or set up something in person. Okay. So as far as the tools you need is a computer. It can be a desktop or a laptop, but there are some challenges if you're trying to use a tablet only. Okay. So I would make sure you have a laptop or desktop. If you wanted to do it only with a tablet, why don't you meet with me on Zoom and we can, I don't know exactly what the issues are, but they're saying that a computer is required. So we could investigate that together if you need to. And then second, you need a detachable webcam or mobile device, okay? So just a little background here, all math classes have proctored exams. So don't try to switch to a different section to get out of that because they all have them, okay? Even if it's listed or not, they're required for all sections. It's not an instructor choice, okay? And then starting in the fall of 2023, the virtual option is sort of the default option. But you can also choose to go and take your test in person. So if after we go through all this, if it's too much or you don't have the right technology or you don't have a quiet space at home or dedicated space and time at home, then you are welcome to schedule an exam through the testing center, okay? I'll go through that as well. So you can skip to the end if you are interested in that. Okay, so we want the modality that works best for you. Okay, so you can choose after we go through this information. Okay, so this is a step-by-step guide. There's a lot of photos as well. Now, it is important that we see your workspace, but we'll not be scanning the whole room, okay? And that's a privacy issue, but you do need a camera on your workspace the whole time you're taking the test, okay? So this is one example. So you have a computer, either a desktop or a laptop. You need a microphone and speakers, and you need that to access Zoom, okay? You also need a quiet space and, of course, isolated, well-lit, all that. A good place to take your test, okay? And then you also need a detachable webcam or mobile device. You're going to put that over to the side, kind of prop it up on some books or something. I have some more photos down below. But something that will give this view like you're seeing in either this photo or this photo, okay? And so that just shows your workspace and that there's no, unauthorized materials. Now in our class, statistics will also be, you'll be doing your test online, so you'll also be sharing your screen, okay? So that's why I think that's one reason why the computer is important, because you'll be using multiple windows and sharing your screen. Okay, so here is a checklist before the exam day. So you can join a Zoom test meeting. So this link goes to just a blank Zoom meeting where nobody's there. So you can just practice and test it out. And then you can practice these things with, setting up your video, all that, test your speakers and microphone, practice using the chat, reactions, for showing your photo ID, which is standard when we're not meeting regularly, because I may not have met you yet. You would just hold your photo ID up to the webcam like that. And I'll go through the check-in process with you. You're also welcome to check your internet speed, bandwidth, all that stuff. And then there'll be more, you'll have practice before then, probably on scanning files. Okay, the next part is on exam day. So you can also come back to this or watch this video again, right before the exam. So you want to prepare your environment, have a nice, quiet, isolated environment. You wouldn't want to, during the test, even though you're at home, if you're taking it from home, you wouldn't want to be in charge of taking care of children or your mother or anyone who needs a lot of care, because that's going to take time away from your test and it's going to take focus away from your test. So I think that would add extra stress and also take away some of your time to take the test. So make sure you have that set up. And if not, then go to campus and take your test. Also, if you're out of the area, you can take it at another testing center at another college or university. Okay, so email me for that, or search for what's around you and then email me we can set that up. Okay, so of course you want to prepare your computer, and you're going to only have the things open that you're allowed to have open. You're going to join Zoom on that day, turn on your video. You'll share your screen, and one thing about the screen is you're not going to share an individual application like the web. You're going to share your entire screen, okay? And then you're going to check in. So this is kind of like the getting ready process. And then I'll have a check-in process where I'll check ID, I'll check your screen share, make sure that looks good, and I'll check your workspace camera, make sure that looks good. And then you'll be all checked in. So at that time, you can just kind of take a break. I'll have people come early so that you can get checked in and then take a break, use the restroom, stuff like that. Okay, we can talk during the check-in process, but then once the test time starts, everything will go through the chat, okay, so that we won't be distracting anyone. You'll have one of your devices unmuted. That's just standard practice, just to monitor the sounds in the room. So far, it's just been very quiet. You can turn your own volume down so that you're not hearing paper shuffling or, coughing or anything like that. But the sound will be available to me just to monitor, just like you're in a test-taking room. So you can turn down your speaker so that you're not distracted by anything. And I won't be speaking during the test, so you won't miss anything. If I need to communicate with anyone during the test, then I would do that through the chat. Okay, so then you would go ahead and take your exam. We'll do ours in MyOpenMath, so you'll be familiar with it after we do the quizzes. You'll be pretty familiar with how to do that. And then at the end, when you're done, the ideal way is to raise your hand. So this little reactions button, and then you can raise your hand, and then that'll let me know that you're ready to check out, and I'll go through that process, okay? Often people will finish at different times, so it's not super critical, but what the raise hand feature does is it shows me a lineup of who's raised their hand in what order, so that I can check people out in the order that they go, and I can often do 2 or 3 at the same time because you're kind of going through multiple stages of checking out. I check to make sure I can see your work, and then if you need to upload anything, you can go ahead and upload it, and then I double check that. Okay, so here's a little bit more on the workspace. So you'll be setting up your workspace camera, which is, if you have one of those detachable webcams that sits on top of your computer, you could put that over to the side, prop it up on something, or a lot of people just use their phone. And then they take their phone, and then you would get into Zoom. So you would put the Zoom app on your phone if it's not already, log into Zoom on your phone, and then you put that, on the side like this so that it's facing your workspace. So these top 3 are good workspace views. These bottom 3 are not, because I can't see can't even see the desk in some of these, okay? Here's a little bit more about that. So this is one of those detachable webcams, and here's an idea for how to prop up your phone. Okay, here's more specific on the exact technology requirements. And then here's more links about scanning pages. So you'll be doing this for your quiz too. Use a free, I have a separate video on that as well. Use a free app like Adobe Scan or iPhones have a notes app that it's built into. You want to take a photo of your page, but you want to turn it into a PDF and then keep going so that all the pages are in one PDF, okay? Okay, if you have accommodations through Accessible Ed, please use those accommodations. It could be different things. So reach out to me, and I'll probably reach out to you if I have your accommodation. So I'm happy to help work with that. Student code of conduct, I think, is pretty basic, but it's really important to do your own work in college. And so you want to make sure you're following all the guidelines with what's allowed on the test and what's, not using what's not allowed. Okay. Of course, if I have any concerns, I'll reach out to you about that. And then, of course, reach out to me if you have any questions at all, okay? So I hope that gives you a good idea of whether you want to do your tests on Zoom at home or at, wherever you're doing your work from. If you're like, no, I don't want to deal with this, I want to go in person, you would still have a computer on campus because you'll still be taking your test on MyOpenMath and using the technology resources that are different online apps that we're using. And of course, you can have a handheld calculator for both options. So if you did want to do that on campus and not deal with Zoom or for any other reason, let me show you where you would go. I'm going to just Google PCC Testing Center. So Testing Center and then Contact Us. Okay, and you'll be putting this in the form, whether you want to do your test virtually or on a campus. So here's all the contact information, and I'll send you this. If you indicate in person, I'll send you this, but you can choose any of our locations. Here's all the addresses. I don't know if Newburgh, this seems newly added, so maybe that is an option. Let me know if you're interested in that. I have not seen that one before. So there's 4 main campuses, and then there is a Newburgh Center. So I don't know what their hours are. But what you would do is make an appointment with any of these testing centers by emailing or calling. So you can choose the closest campus to you, okay? So if you decide to do that, that is also totally fine, okay? Okay, so that takes care of our proctored testing. So now you should have enough information, hopefully, to fill out the form. Let me go back to our content in Module 0. In Module 0, now you can fill out this Student Proctored Exams Plan, okay? And I'll put this video somewhere near here. You can fill this out now and decide, let me know how you want to take your exams. And if you have any questions or concerns, just reach out to me and we can have a conversation about it or email. Okay, sounds good. Thanks for watching this, and I'll see you in the next video.